Right, hello and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, I know literally people, it's kind of the thing that people keep saying I need to stop doing, but I can't stop doing it, and I have got a new favourite movie. I know it changes pretty much monthly. People have made so many jokes about it, it's getting ridiculous, but I literally can't stop it. I watch so many new films nearly every day, and there is a chance that that film that I'm watching might become my favourite film, and in this case it is, and it was probably the film that I've been looking forward to the most out of any film ever, and that is 1993's True Romance. And the reason I've been looking forward to it so much is, first of all, it's Tarantino's first written script. It's directed by Tony Scott, who did Top Gun, and it's got Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette. It's got such a great cast. It's got Samuel L. Jackson, Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper, Tony Soprano, Tom Sizemore. Literally every great actor ever is in this film, and they all do great jobs as their characters. And True Romance kind of throws some people off. They're like, wait, is it a romance film? And yeah, it kind of is, but in the same way it's a really dark comedic type one. And that is literally the best way I could describe this film. It's about Christian Slater, who is a bit of like a movie buff, he's a bit of a cinephile, and he ends up meeting this girl, Patricia Arquette, in the cinema, and they kind of fall in love, but she was a call girl assigned to him by his boss because he thought he was a bit depressed and lonely, and they end up falling in love, and he goes out for her pimp, kills him, and takes his money. And then they think it's his clothes. They think it's Patricia Arquette's clothes that they've taken, but instead it's $5 million dollars worth of cocaine. So then the film is about them trying to escape with the money, with the cocaine, and sell it as money while they're being chased by the pimp's men and the drug dealer and everything just goes wrong. And it's just so great. It's so funny. It's so awesome. It's so epic. It's so memorable. All the lines in this film serve a purpose, and they're all so just outstanding. The reason I watched this film for starters as well was on YouTube. There was like a list of like the top 10 movie scenes of all time or something, and number 1 was actually from this film called The Sicilian Scene, which stars Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper. And I understand why. It's 10 minutes long. It's a conversation that basically revolves around Sicilians and their history, and the way that it captivates you, the way that Quentin Tarantino just writes this scene is amazing. He said it himself, it's his best work up until the Inglorious Beginning, but this scene was just amazing. It completely stood out. Just everything to do with it, the lighting, the editing, the acting, just the way everything came together was great. And it's got one of the greatest intro lines to like a scene ever, where Christopher Walken walks in and he says, "Do you know who I am?" And Dennis Hopper replies with, "I give up." And Christopher Walken says, "I am the Antichrist," and then just gives this big speech about how he's in a vendetta kind of mood, and this speech about how the angels, and it's just so great and so awesome, and he's really grateful in this film, even though he's in it for 10 minutes tops. Christopher Walken just was always kind of in the background, you kept thinking about him, and that was great as well. Brad Pitt had a really early role in this film, as like the stoner kind of like apartment guy. He was great in this film. There's a scene where he just does drugs, and then these people walk in with guns, and it's just his facial expression when they walk in. It's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. So all these great scenes. It's got some really dark, depressing, kind of gruesome scenes as well. And it was hard to watch actually in one scene. It's where the guy who plays Tony Soprano is beating up Patricia Arquette really badly. And it's just so horrific to watch, especially when Patricia Arquette starts fighting back. That scene was outstanding, and it was the one that kind of stuck with me all the way through. I was like, that scene was just horrific. So many great scenes. It's got a great Mexican standoff at the end that really reminded me of a mission from Grand Theft Auto 5, where I think it's like Merryweather, the FIB, the film producer, whatever it is, they're all in the middle and they've all just got the guns at each other. All I could think of was that is definitely stolen from True Romance's ending. The script is great. Everything about this film is so amazing, and that is why I would have to say this is my favourite film of all time. And I know, I literally just watched it yesterday. I watched it twice. It's so amazing. If you haven't seen it and you think, it's a romance film, you don't know if it's going to be good, seriously watch it. It is amazing. So yeah, that's my review of my new favourite film. But I think I'm going to have to watch like my top 4 and just be like, right, how do I actually feel about them? Because maybe it's just like, I just watched it yesterday, my mind was blown. So I'm definitely going to watch them all again. But True Romance for the moment is my favourite film. It's just amazing in every single way. So, have you seen True Romance? Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. And like this video if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next video.